it this way. Okay, so as you can see, they say lavender scented right there. Yeah, lavender fields. Literally doesn't smell like, I can't smell it. I mean, it's not like it's a strong scent anyway, but I think even with my nose being stopped up, I normally would be able to at least like recognize the scent. It doesn't smell like anything. And so I was like, okay, let me smell this candle. There's a candle right here. Same. Like I kind of can smell the candle a little bit because the candle is going to be stronger than this trash bags, but not really. I can't. It's not really. It's not as strong as I think it should be or normally would be. So that's interesting. Definitely interesting and like kind of sad. Like, oh, I know you regret things once they're gone. It'll be back. Everyone says goes away, comes back. But I honestly I don't know if my symptoms. I don't know if my symptoms aren't as bad because I did take the first vaccine shot like the day after I started feeling symptoms because I'm hard-headed. I was never an anti-vaxxer. I was just like, what's the rush? And maybe the rush should have been before I went on a trip out of the country. Maybe have had a little bit of sense. I'm just really thankful that I didn't get quarantined. Didn't get quarantined in Mexico because I'm sure I would have had to pay for the vaccine. I don't even know how the vaccine stuff works over there. But I'm almost positive, if it was available, I would have had to pay for it. And I'm also like, I don't know how it would have, how the virus would have affected my body if I didn't get the vaccine. So I got the first shot, like I said, a day or two after I started noticing symptoms. If I had been quarantined in Mexico and I didn't get the vaccine and I didn't know how it affected me or anything. I'm just lucky that I tested negative. My cousin and I, both of us, because we both have symptoms. And my sister and her friend, they both got the vaccine. As far as I know, they don't have any symptoms. And also people that we've been around that have been vaccinated do not have any symptoms. Versus people that that have not been vaccinated that we've been around are having symptoms as well now too. So that's interesting. So the vaccine works. I know it's obvious. Like, don't come for me like, oh, you're an idiot. Of course the vaccine works. But like I said, I wasn't an anti-vaxxer. I was just taking my sweet time because I do stupid stuff like that sometimes. But yeah. So fortunately, luckily, thank goodness, I'm not knocking on death's door. I feel fine. I don't know. I guess 14 days is when it's supposed to run its course. I'm trying to think of when I first started having symptoms, and I'm convinced that I first started having symptoms, diarrhea, on like the 11th, which was like the day before we came back. We came back on the 12th or the 13th. I don't remember. I think we came back on the 12th. So the day before we came back is when I first had diarrhea. And I'm trying to remember, what did we do that day or the day before? I mean, we were out. We were just out being reckless for real. Because we didn't have the shot, and in all honesty, we weren't wearing masks everywhere. Now I will say Mexico was on top of it though, because when we went into stores, mostly Walmart. We went into Walmart. They made us make sure you had to wear a face mask and get hand sanitizer every time you went to Walmart. We did go to Walmart like every single day. We went multiple times a day to Walmart, but they were on top of it. We just when you're trying to vacation, trying to live your life, trying to party, you're not really always wearing a mask. So there's that. Like I said, fortunately, I feel fine. My cousin and them, they feel fine as well. Like they're not really. We know it's COVID. They don't want to admit it, but we know it's no smell and taste. What other symptoms do they have? That's the main one. That's everyone. That's obvious. No smell and taste. Sore throat. What else do they say? Fever and chills. I mean, yeah, it could be something else, but more than likely it's COVID. And like I said, I tested positive, so I'm pretty sure that she has it as well. So, yeah, all that said, I don't know if you needed someone to tell you to take the vaccine, and that actually works. As someone who, like I said, was around people after the fact, who was around people that have not been vaccinated versus people who have been vaccinated, and the effect that it's had on them. As someone who's been diagnosed with COVID and has been around people who have been vaccinated since I got back, yes, I was around like my mom and my sister. Like I said, they were vaccinated before they even went, so they were fine. But we were all together. So obviously, like I said, they didn't catch it and we did. The two people that were not vaccinated got COVID. The two people that were vaccinated did not get COVID, and we were all together like almost the entire time. There was the only time that we separated was the last day, and I had already had symptoms before then. I had already had diarrhea before then. And like I said, it takes like 24 to 48 hours for it to kick in. So all that said, I think that I don't think we caught it the last night. I think we caught it before then. And like I said, the people that were vaccinated did not catch anything, or at least they didn't have symptoms. I think they are going to get tested. So I'll find out from her if she's tested positive or not. Actually, my aunt was tested, so I need to call her and see. I'm guessing she tested negative because she hasn't called us or said anything. Because my aunt was around us as well, and she was vaccinated. But as soon as I mean, you know, all the craziness that I've done, as soon as I started to put two and two together. So first I had diarrhea. I was like, maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's a parasite or something. I don't know. But then I had diarrhea and a sore throat. As soon as I had the sore throat, I was like, oh, okay. So then I started wearing a face mask when I was around people. You know, when I came back home and I was around everyone, I started wearing a face mask. So yeah, all that said, I had to check back in to see if any other family members have been diagnosed. I'm the only one that's been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure that 3 other people have it as well. I will say they didn't get it from me because I wasn't around them. But I don't know. It just, yeah, it's interesting. So this one building some antibodies. I really was thinking though, this is a long video. I really was thinking that when I had the fever that it was from the vaccine. Even though the vaccine doesn't have any of the virus in it, whatever people are saying. I was thinking that the fever that I had was from the vaccine, but I don't know. Maybe it was actually from COVID. So all my symptoms were like literally lasted for a day. So I had, except for the diarrhea. Actually, diarrhea is gone now. I haven't had diarrhea today, but like for almost 5 days, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, about 5 days, maybe even more than that. About 5 days I did have diarrhea pretty consistently. And I had a sore throat for 1 day. But my remedy to sore throats is always drinking orange juice. So I drank like a gallon of orange juice. Hold on, let me show you that. Actually, just let me go get it. Can you see me? Okay, so I drank one of these. I drank a whole gallon of orange juice, and my sore throat went away. But I always do that whenever I'm sick. Again, stupid, trying to like let me dose up on vitamin C now that I don't feel good. So but it works. So whenever I drink a gallon of orange juice and I have a sore throat, or I just start to feel unwell, it pretty much works. So my sore throat was gone after I drank this, and I'm still drinking another one. This is the second one. The fever lasted for 1 day. I would say maybe 24 hours. Now, again, the reason I thought that maybe the fever came from the vaccine, because I didn't have the fever until maybe like 5-6 hours after I took the vaccine. I took the vaccine 10:45-ish a.m. And then I started to have fever and chills around the time that it started to get dark outside. So maybe like 7 or 8. 7, 8, 9-ish is when I started to get fever that same day. And it was pretty much, I don't know, because the following day, was a Sunday. The day after I got the vaccine, I did stay in bed all day. Again, I didn't necessarily feel horrible. I just felt unwell. So I was like, let me go ahead and rest. Let me just chill and rest and sleep. So I did that. And then the next day I felt better. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I always wake up like, oh, I feel better. And then I start trying to do stuff I normally do. I'm like, oh, I'm a little winded, a little tired. So yeah, so there's that. But all in all, I feel good, in good spirits. My nose is stopped up, but I'm sure I can do something about that. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'll check back in to see if anyone else has been diagnosed.